822 at WYRK, that's George Strait, and here for a good time. Now, as you probably know by now, WWE's Night of Champions is taking place this Sunday night at the First Niagara Center, and joining us in studio, well, I think it's only fitting that maybe we play his music, right? Joining us in studio this morning, hailing from Chicago at 6'1", 222 pounds, unless he's already had breakfast this morning. Everybody, let's welcome CM Punk.
Thank you. That's got to be a first. Living Color played on a country station, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be a first.
We play a lot of different stuff. Now, first of all, how do we address you? Mr. Punk, or we call you CM?
That sounds a little strange. You can call me Punk.
Punk?
Most of everyone else does. Yeah.
Punk.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with sir, just so he doesn't put you in that anaconda vice.
That works too, but that makes me feel awfully old.
He's been telling me that you're going to put me in the vice hold, and I kind of declined.
Well, yeah, you don't really have an option. It's not a.
It's going to happen?
You don't have a choice.
When he wants you to go to sleep, you're going to sleep.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the event on Sunday night. What's going to happen?
Oh man, it's Night of Champions. It's pay-per-view. So every fight you see is a title fight. Of course, not mine, but mine's more of a grudge match. I'm fighting Triple H. And if there was ever two guys that really didn't like each other, you're gonna see it on Sunday. You know. Get to see hometown girl Beth Phoenix take on Kelly Kelly for the Divas title. I mentioned that one because I'm actually excited about it. You know, I'm always a sucker for the hometown, underdog, so to speak. Not that Beth is an underdog. You know, Beth could probably snap Kelly in two, but it's always cool to see somebody announced from a specific place and them actually get to perform in front of that audience. You know, it's exciting to me.
Now, your fight is pretty important because if you defeat Triple H, what's going to happen to him?
When Triple H loses, he has to resign as the COO of WWE.
What's the COO?
He's basically the boss.
The boss. He's got to resign.
Day-to-day operations.
So you could change the face of the management of WWE when you beat Triple H.
That's the idea. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, over the years, we've spoken to a number of professional wrestlers that have come in here, and I've always been impressed with them as just regular people. When they're on the radio with us, they're the nicest people. When they get in the ring, they're just nuts.
Yeah.
What happens?
I don't know. I think I'm pretty crazy right now. It's just a little early in the morning. Man, it's 8:30 already. Woo.
What did you do before wrestling?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Did you play sports on your high school team?
No, they wouldn't let me. I did a lot of jiu-jitsu and kempo, and I had to outsource for my athletic activities. I wasn't allowed on the wrestling team or the football team because I had a mohawk, which is ironic because now I look and I see a bunch of football players, they all have mohawks and stuff, and those are the dudes that used to beat me up for having a mohawk. So, it's
They're probably not the same dudes, though.
Identity crisis. Well, if they are the same dudes, you better watch out.
So, CM, can we ask you what's currently in your iPod, and do you listen to country music at all?
Well, that's what the CM stands for, is country music.
Yeah!
I probably used that same cheesy line the last time I was in studio, but
we don't remember.
Some people are going to believe that.
Well, and it's partly true. I have a very eclectic music taste. I was talking to you guys before we went on air. I think the only thing I really don't get into is modern country, which obviously I'll probably get a resounding thumbs down from a lot of your listeners.
What do you like?
I like my my country outlaw. I like the highwaymen, the guys that did it their own way.
Yeah.
I think they had a lot in common with pro wrestlers.
You're talking Waylon Willie, Johnny Cash?
Waylon Willie, Christopherson, Johnny Cash.
Well, two of them are dead.
Yes, I know.
But you still stick with them.
No, yeah, absolutely.
That's good stuff.
Absolutely. You can't beat the classics.
Well, we are getting close to a break right here, and I would wish you good luck, but according to your stuff right here, it says luck is for losers,
That's
so you
right.
don't need luck this weekend.
Tattooed on my body, yes, luck is for losers.
Very cool. CM Punk in studio with us. Again, the WWE Night of Champions is this Sunday the 18th at 7:45, First Niagara Center. It's 8:26 with The Breakfast Club. 8:40 at WYRK, and Brad Paisley with He Didn't Have to Be. You heard the music. Joining us in studio for one more break, CM Punk.
Yes, the Night of Champions coming up this Sunday at First Niagara Center. It's a pay-per-view event, and it's the one night a year when every WWE championship is on the line. And CM Punk, we were talking about it just a little bit a moment ago. How do you keep yourself in shape? What kind of diet do you have?
I try not to eat crap. I guess it's the try not to eat crap diet. It's extremely hard when you're on the road, as often as I am, to eat healthy and eat clean. But I mean, there's ways to do it. You know, sometimes I travel with boxes of cereal. Believe it or not, a staple of my morning diet is Starbucks oatmeal. You just got to make the right choices. You know, it's not easy, but it's doable.
How about injuries? I mean, over the years, you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
What's been the most serious injury?
I fractured my skull in '02. Doctor told me I should have died, which was comforting.
Ooh.
Yeah, I checked myself out the same day. It's a weird, long, involved story. Basically, if you fracture your skull, stay in the hospital. That is my recommendation to you. Hurt my hip pretty bad last year. I narrowly avoided having surgery. I'm a freak of nature, so I just rehabbed. Got my elbow scoped last year too. Last year was just a
Bad
it
one.
was not my year, apparently. Yeah, I got it all done last year, and I should be good for at least another 10, 12 months.
Hey, CM, aside from yourself, who would you say is the toughest guy in wrestling right now?
The toughest.
Like one that no one wants to go up against.
I mean, as far as toughness goes, I think John Cena. I think if there's two guys that you'll never know if and when they're working hurt, it would be me and him. You know, I mean, because most all of us have some sort of lingering injuries, but with me and John, I don't think you can ever really tell. You know, but they're there. Trust me, the injuries are there.
Growing up, who were your heroes?
Roddy Piper. I mean, that guy, you know, was everything that I ever wanted to be. You know, watching him just talk trash and get away with it, you know, it was amazing.
What was the biggest thrill you had? One of the wrestlers that you met for the first time.
You know, so far, you know, when I get put on the spot like that with questions, it's hard to come up with a specific instance. But I just think being recognized and appreciated for, you know, the hard work I've put in by legends like Bret Hart or Steve Austin, guys like that, who they're still involved in the business to some extent, but they're not there every day. So for them to point me out and, you know, say that they're fans of my work, I think is extraordinary.
And how long can you do this?
How long can I do this? Well, I think I can probably do it a lot longer than I actually want to, if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, that's the thing about our business. I don't know, knock on wood. You know, I'll be doing this for some time, but you know, there's also other stuff I want to do, so it's a toss up.
Now, real quick, CM, are you a football fan?
You know what? This season, I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying to watch more. I'm not really a huge football guy. The reason being, I'm on the road, 500 days a year, so
Right.
it's hard for me when I'm home in Chicago. Occasionally, I can see a Cubs game. I can never see the Bears play. I can barely ever catch games on television, so it's harder for me to follow. But I'm learning. I'm trying.
It's a big football town, a big hockey town here in Western New York, and
much
a lot
more of
the,
a hockey guy than football.
You are?
Nice.
Yeah. Good. I love the game too. And you know, and talking to a lot of hockey players over the years, some of the enforcers, the guys that do a lot of fighting on the ice, some of the nicest guys you ever want to meet in the locker room. I don't understand what it is, and the same thing with you.
It's like
you're a nice guy, you know?
Well, when I'm at work, I don't know if I'm really a different person, but you know, I know I have a job to do. Yeah.
Real pleasure talking to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Very cool. 8:44 at WYRK.